Ladies and gentlemen, we got him. Minnesota Fighting Vikings cornerback Patrick Peterson has announced on his podcast with his cousin Brian McFadden, All Things Covered, that he is returning to the Minnesota Fighting Vikings for the 2022 season. It's just reason number 5,972 that the Vikings ownership felt like, hey, last year's debacle was on coaching and not so much the talent, as they've kept a bunch of the old guys in-house and we're keeping the band back together. And I'm pretty excited, man, because the Vikings cornerback room, not so much. And Patrick Peterson, even though future Hall of Famer, respect, even though last year he certainly was not, former top 5 overall pick, former cornerback one, set it and forget it against the other team's wide receiver one. He wasn't that guy anymore. But he certainly played some great ball last season, and I do respect that he and Zimmer struck up a good working relationship, and they both took their egos out of it, and then they realized that, hey, he can't be on an island anymore. And, of course, his relationship with the young cornerbacks in that room, that mentorship, that leadership is invaluable. So I'm really happy that the Vikings are bringing Peterson back. Schefter is announcing, Schefter reporting that it's a one-year deal. And we'll see when the dollars come out. Hopefully, it's relatively cheap. Last year, he played on a one-year, $8 million deal with $2 million in incentives. Hopefully, it's around $4. Hopefully, because the Vikings have around $13 million in cap space. And like I mentioned, Peterson missed a couple games last season because of the hamstring injury. First time he's missed time due to injury in his career. But overall, he played extremely solid in that secondary. I love what he brought to the back end of the Vikings defense. And if you look at the Vikings cornerback room now, so with Patrick Peterson back, Sean Sullivan in the mix, you feel pretty good. 1 through 5, Peterson, Dantzler, Hand, Sullivan, Boyd, you feel pretty good about. Also, you got Hairston in there as well. Nickerson and Smith are back, both practice squad guys that were elevated at times last season. So overall, the Vikings quarterback room is a lot better than it was about a week ago. And now you go into the draft, sure, if Sauce Gardner or Stingley or McDuffie or Booth are there at 12, you should consider them. Well, if Sauce is there at 12, don't even consider it. Just card. We're not even taking the full 10 minutes, just in right there. But you're not desperate. Like, you don't reek of desperation. So say the top 3 cornerbacks are off the board. You're not just blindly grabbing one because you have to check that box. But if you find value at corner at 12, at 46, in the 3rd round, you're certainly going to grab it. But that's why Team BPA, best player available, is way better than drafting for need, because drafting for need keeps you drafting for need. But overall, I'm pretty fired up. I think Patrick Peterson, he said on the podcast he wants to play 3 or 4 more years. I don't know about that. How about we'll take it 1 year at a time, man? We'll see. But I think overall, I think he understands that this is going to be a completely turned around defense. I think he sees the amazingness that is that front 7. I think that any cornerback worth their salt knows that, hey, a cornerback's best friend is an insane pass rush. So I think that Peterson is going to be that guy. I think that Donatel is going to be phenomenal. I think that Durante Jones, former LSU defense coordinator, LSU connection right there, is going to work well with him. So we'll see. Just really happy, just really fired up about Patrick Peterson returning to the Vikings. But your thoughts on on our thoughts? P Squared running it back with the purple. Let us know in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Want to support the work? Put a little something in the Venmo. But till next time, Skull Production Value.